The time has finally come to say sayonara to Trey Flowers. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for subscribing to the channel for all your Detroit Lions news. Well, good news rolling into this afternoon. At least it's good news for me. Good news for me, and I really think it's good news for you too. The Detroit Lions have informed Trey Flowers that at the start of next week, start of the new calendar year for the NFL season, they will be releasing him, and that is huge. Felt like Bill Clinton there. Didn't like it. Not at all. The Lions will be cutting Flowers in order to save $10.3 million in cap space. Now, the bad news is that we still have to shell out $12 million roughly in dead cap money to him. However, we are able to open up $10 million in cap space by releasing Flowers. Now, with that $10 million, what are we going to do? I don't know. Some are saying Allen Robinson. I mean, I've heard it. You've heard it. We've heard it. The unfortunate case of Trey Flowers is as follows. Patricia invites an expat to come to Detroit. He gives that expat $90 million over 5 years, and that expat underperforms. So, just about right. $90 million over 5 years. Lions fans everywhere were very stunned by that amount. Patricia bringing Trey Flowers here was him looking for a foundation to build out the Patriot way. He was looking for a guy that could really be the glue, the centerpiece, almost like a linchpin for it all. And that weight was put on him. He comes in here at $90 million over 5 years. And that money hurt. That money hurt bad initially. And so you would imagine that somebody getting paid that much would be able to perform to that caliber worth those dollars. And it never came together. Never worked. And frickin' 90 mil over 5 years for barely any production. And since 2019, when Flowers came to Detroit, you're talking 3 seasons, he has a total of 27 QB hits and 10.5 sacks. So insert the Jiminy Cricket noise here. Flowers just never performed. He never performed. He was given far too much money to help create the foundation of the Patriot way, and he was never worth it. He was never worth it. And don't get me wrong, the guy put his body out there and he did what he could, but it wasn't enough, and it was not worth the amount of money that we shelled out for him. So us being able to save $10 million in cap space this year is great. I'm just going to kind of like put blinders on Seabiscuit style and not look at that $12 million in dead cap. But all in all, we get to save $10.3 million. Flowers was injured last year, 7 games into the season. He gets injured. That was the last we saw him. And quite frankly, it's a bummer that he got injured, but I was happy to not see him on the field. It gave our younger guys more time to develop, to play, to see reps out there midway through the season, and to just get that name off the field, because his production, his performance was always lackluster. It is a bummer that we cannot cut him after June 1st, because if the Lions were to release him after June 1st, we'd actually be saving $16 million rather than the 10. However, free agency is starting up and we have to have the money. We need that now, so I understand the decision. It's a bummer it can't be later, but it makes sense. If you want to find some sort of bigger fish out there, you got to have big bait. It's never really much of a fisherman, so I don't really know the lingo. I guess a lure. I just like that the spinners, the metal part, would turn in the water. I just thought it was the coolest thing. I was kind of like, I don't really want to catch the fish because then I got to pull the fish off the hook. And that just wasn't for me, man. Not for me. I'm sure that most of you, like me, are pretty elated, pretty happy about the decision to move on from Flowers. But drop it in the comments. Let me know how you feel. And with that $10.3 million, what would you like to see the Lions do with it? Where would you want to see them put it? Is it a specific player, multiple players? Drop it in the comments. And as always, a huge thank you to each one of you. Seriously, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.